Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Mindy. Please be sure to check out some of my other content that I have here on YouTube. I do mostly speed builds, but I also do Let's Plays, challenges, reviews, and I know I've said it the past few videos, but coming soon, tutorials. Yes, I promise tutorials are coming soon. It's just been a little hectic with my new work schedule, but stay tuned and you will get to see some pretty fun tutorials that are coming up on my channel. So if you find a video that you like, please be sure to give it a great big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my content. And don't forget to leave a comment down below because I absolutely love talking with all of you and getting your feedback and opinions on some of my content. So anyways, today here we are in the world of Batuu. Now I know you cannot technically build in the world of Batuu, however you can use a cheat, bb.enable free build, and you will be able to build on, I think there's like 3 lots in the world total. So here we are building on the resistance encampment. A few things that I want to tell you about this build before we get started is, one, like I said, you cannot build in this world unless you use the bb.enable free build cheat. This will enable you to build on the lots that you normally wouldn't be able to. Something to consider. When building on these lots, they're very dependent on gameplay, and so there are things on these lots that you cannot delete. I mean, I suppose you could, but it might affect gameplay, so it might affect the different missions that your sim goes on if you delete something that is vital. And because you are not technically supposed to build on this lot, there is not a list of requirements for this lot. So you know how when you build a community lot like a cafe, it will give you a list of requirements. You have to have 2 chairs, 3 bars, you know, a cash register, whatever. You do not get that with these lots. So if you delete something vital, it's gone. You know, so it doesn't tell you what's vital and what's not vital to gameplay. I don't believe I deleted anything that was necessary for the missions. I believe most of the necessary objects for the missions lie beneath those doors in that rock. So if you guys look over toward the back, you can't see it right now. There's a set of doors that leads past those rocks, and it actually takes you underground to like a little basement area. I believe that's most of the necessity when it comes to the missions as far as this goes. You can see the door off to the left there, but I did not delete anything in there. I did not touch anything in there. I didn't remove anything. I didn't change anything. The only things that I deleted or changed was on this main area. So there was like a ton of trees. There was like a couple tents. Nothing that I feel like is necessarily like vital to your mission work. I didn't delete any like the little, I don't know what they're called, like the little like key fob type things. I don't really know. I don't think key fob is the right word, but those little access things, I didn't delete anything like that. I've played through a lot of this gameplay, and I didn't delete anything that I really came across on missions that was vital. So basically what I am trying to say through all of this is that everything should work. Now, the next thing that I want you to kind of take into consideration with all of that in mind, when I finished building this lot, I clicked save and everything saved perfectly. But then when I went to save it and upload it to the gallery, I kept getting an error message, and it said, error, problem saving lot to library. So I was not able to save this lot to the library. Now I reached out to Miss Griffey because I actually watched her do a build on this lot, and that's what I was heavily inspired by, was her build on this lot. So I reached out to her and I was like, hey, yo, like, were you able to save this and like share it on the gallery? And she's like, yeah, I didn't have a problem with it. So did I delete something that's vital to gameplay? I don't know. I debated whether or not I wanted to even share this to you. I really don't think that I deleted anything vital to gameplay. I just think my game realizes that this is a lot that is not meant to be built on, and it's not letting me share it. So I don't know like what that means for you if you try to build on this. So I debated on whether or not I wanted to share this with you, but one, I really, really like this build. I surprisingly had a lot of fun building this. Excuse me. I am not a big fan of the game pack. You guys know if you watched my review on it. If you have not, I will link it in the description box down below so you can. But I actually really enjoyed doing this lot because this is so different from what I typically do. It was fun. It was a nice little change. It was different kind of scenery. So I really enjoyed doing this lot, and I wanted to share that with you guys. Second of all, I wanted to share it with you because even though you cannot add this to your game. You can't download this from the gallery because I can't upload it to the gallery for whatever the reason may be. I wanted to give you guys some kind of different ideas, different styles or different types of buildings that if you want to build on this lot in your game, you can do so. So I just wanted to give you guys a few different ideas or just some thoughts. That way, if you guys decide to do that, you can certainly do so. So anyways, I know that's kind of a big entrance, but I just wanted to prepare you guys that I am not able to save this to my library. I'm going to try a few more things, so I might be able to get it up, and if I am able to get it up, I will let you know. I'll try to do that before I edit this video. That way I can let you know if I'm able to get it up. I'll, leave a comment somewhere or put it down in the description so you guys can check it out. But, yeah, I do apologize about that. I really think it's just because my game is like, hey, like, this is not a lot that you can build on. You can't share it. I don't know why, that means that Miss Griffey was able to. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. It doesn't surprise me that the lot's acting a little bit strange because it's not supposed to be built on. And I have theories as to why these lots are not meant to be built on, because I don't know why they couldn't make it that we could build on it and they couldn't just give us a list of requirements. My theory, I talked a little bit about it in the review. I think Disney had their hands on it. I think things needed to be a certain way. That's just my theory. I could be right. I could be wrong. I don't know. Just what I think. So yeah, I think that's why we're not allowed to build on these lots. Probably not allowed to share these lots, whatever the case may be. I don't know. So yeah, let's talk about this because I've just zipped through, 8 minutes and 30 seconds of it. But yeah, this is the encampment for the Resistance. And I actually did not join the Resistance when I was playing. I joined the Scoundrels. But I thought that the Resistance was really fun. They have this place kind of out in the woods and it's kind of hidden. And so I imagine this is just like their little camp. I imagine all of their secretive, like, big, I don't know, secret stuff is secretly stored in that basement behind those secret rocks and that secret door that you can go into. So this is just kind of like their encampment. This is where, maybe if you're doing missions for them, they allow you to stay here and to eat here, and it's kind of like maybe their little hangout. So it does have a very like homey kind of feel to it in a sense. It's got a nice kitchen, and I wanted the kitchen to kind of be a focal place, a place where they can cook and have decent meals, because in Batuu you have to like order all of your food through like these rabbit hole restaurants. So I thought it would be just really nice to have like an actual kitchen and a place for them to sit down. So it's just an open area, kitchen, dining room, and yeah, I put tons of clutter around. Of course, you guys know that I love clutter, and I put a little TV in there. It's just kind of like an older TV. I don't know if there's TV on Star Wars. I don't know anything about Star Wars, but there may not be. I don't know. But I didn't want this place to be like perfect. I didn't want it to look like a house, which was kind of hard to do, especially when cluttering like the kitchen, because, a lot of the kitchen objects look like they belong in a house. Obviously, there's not a whole ton that I can really put in here that's kind of reflective of Star Wars, but I did my best to kind of stick with the style. So we've got some spices and some olives over there, and I used these little cabinets, countertop things. They kind of look like they belong in maybe a garage. and I just thought that they kind of fit in pretty nicely. And I added some statues and just went through and kind of like cluttered up different things in the kitchen and around the area. I put like a green stain on the floor. I think that actually came from Strangerville, and I don't know, maybe they had like some kind of chemical spill, or they're aliens, so maybe like one of them like number one on the ground or something. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what happens when an alien pees himself. Like, who knows? Maybe they pee acid. I don't know. But yeah, I just thought that little stain there looked really good. And yeah, I just put a vent over the stove. Of course, there is like a bookcase area. I put computers. So there's 2 bedrooms in this house, and both bedrooms have 2 single beds in them. So this is basically a place for 4 Sims or 4 aliens, whatever, to stay or sleep. And each bedroom has a computer in it, as well as kind of like the I call it the Outlook room, which you guys will see a little bit later. I had a lot of fun with that room. The Outlook room kind of has its own computer. So there is computers here. We've got, I made sure there was bookcases. There's, like I said, plenty of seating, and there is TV. Another thing that I noticed while I was playing this game is it's really hard to get your fun up. Because basically the only thing you can really do for fun is dance at the cantina. I don't remember the name of it, like Olga's Cantina or something. It's like really the only way you can get your fun up while you're here. And my Sims fun was like depleting like crazy. So I like the idea of having a TV, even though it's just a small TV. Yeah, I put a TV in here, and that's a good way to get your Sims fun up. So I thought it would make a good stop if I was playing the game. I'm going to be real with you. I'm probably never going to play through it again. But if I did, it just provided me with a way for my Sim to fill their needs without like having to go back into the regular world. So over here, I wanted to kind of like hide this entrance, and I used a lot of the plants from the debug menu. I love the plants in the debug menu. I just think they're so nice. I like some of the styles of them and just the graphics around them. I think they look really, really good. So yeah, I also added a fire pit out here underneath the little round area hanging off. That is like the Outlook post. I kind of imagine that maybe they have guards up there just like checking and make sure nobody's like snooping in their stuff, or yeah, I don't know. And I put like a little fire pit under there. Probably not the safest like in real life, but it's The Sims. So I think they'll be fine. I just wanted to add a little fire pit. Oh my gosh, fire pit. I also added these little garden rocks. I love these rocks. I think they're so nice. They're going to be so nice for garden beds. And I've already considered using them. Like, not considered, but I've already thought of different ways that I could use them in my build. So yeah, I do really like those. I also added a grill and a place to sit out front, because it seemed like a lot of the Sims kind of like hang out outside. So I imagine when they're here, that's what they do. They hang out outside. I put a card table up on the little balcony area so they can just like hang out with the fellow resistance crew and play cards, or just talk, or sit by the fire, or cook, whatever the case may be. I was thinking of play, and I wanted to make sure your Sims had everything that they need to play with, but also I wanted a place where your Sims could go where they could fill their needs, where it's not just a rabbit hole, because I feel like when it's just a rabbit hole, you don't really feel like you're playing. So at least if you can go somewhere where you can actively make your Sims use the restroom, actively have your Sims watch TV, actively cook some food, I just feel like it adds a little bit more to gameplay and just kind of makes you feel like more like you're just like playing the game than sending your Sim into a rabbit hole where they disappear and you wait a few seconds and they come back and they are relieved. So yeah, that's pretty much my goal with having this little encampment area, and I think it's cute. I don't know if I'm going to put this in my game save file, simply for the fact that I don't know if it's going to interact, like if it's going to mess with gameplay, because of the fact that I wasn't able to save this, because of the fact that it's not technically meant to be built on. I don't want to do something to my save file that causes it to not be playable. Does that make sense? So Batuu, if you download my save file, and I don't know yet, I might change my mind. I'm heavily leaning toward probably not, because again, I don't want to create this huge save file and then have this lot that's basically not playable. Like, I don't want to ruin all my hard work like that, you know? And, yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I'll think about it and I'll do a little bit more research and see, you know, if there's a way to just share this lot, or if I did something wrong. I'm gonna look more into it, guys, is what I'm saying. So, but pretty much if you do download my save file, Batuu is probably gonna remain pretty much untouched just because I don't want to ruin anything. So on the main entrance here, of course, we have the entranceway, or like the foyer area, and there's just some storage in there. And then over here, I have a bathroom off of that. I put this like shower because I feel like it looks kind of like, I don't know. I was like struggling with design. I was like, do I go for like this really rustic kind of look, or do I go with this kind of like futuristic kind of vibe? Like, yeah, I don't know. And I felt like this looks more rustic, and that's ultimately what I landed on. I actually ended up going back and changing the bathrooms. I think I did that off camera to look a little more rustic, just because I felt like it fit in more with the Resistance, and you know, they're out in the woods, and so I imagine a lot of the material that they have is recycled material and just, you know, stuff that they found laying around that they were able to repurpose. I also needed to change out the doors here because I realized when you get those doors with the little security pads beside them, your sim, for obvious reasons, can't access them because my dog is barking, because, you know, they've got the security pad on them. So I had to actually take those out. And hang on a second, guys. Alright, guys, so I apologize about that. There was actually a stray dog. So we live on a suburban street, lots of houses, lots of dogs, lots of kids, that kind of thing. And this dog gets out constantly. And it's one of those situations where we know the dog by name, the neighbors know the dog by name, the dog warden knows the dog by name. This family has been fined for their dog getting out so many different times. And I just feel really bad for the dog because I'm just worried that like something's going to happen, like he's going to like get hit by a car, or he's going to like get picked up and taken home, and they're not going to see their dog again. Like, for me, I always know where my dog's at. Like, I couldn't just be okay with like my dog like running loose, and like if my dog was constantly getting out, I would like figure out what the problem was and like fix it. Like if there was like a hole in the fence or something, or if they were pulling at their chain, I don't know, I would just fix it. So anyways, that's what my dog was barking at. So I do apologize about that. But moving on to the build. So I mentioned how I used those little like keypads on the doors. Well, your Sims can't access them. So I had to take those doors off and like just replace them with like regular doors. So you did kind of see me do that. That's why the keypads aren't there. I thought for a minute that the keypads would look really cool actually. But yeah, they don't work because it is part of gameplay. So I did remove those. But anyways, upstairs we have 2 bedrooms as well as 2 bathrooms. There's like a bathroom per bedroom. So I kind of like that idea. Like if you were like hanging out here, like your sim would have a place to shower and use the restroom and sleep. And there's also a computer and a dresser and a closet in each room. So I really liked that idea. In the hallway, I put kind of just more like decoration. There's also like a laundry area. I don't really know that you would actually use laundry. I think I put 1 hamper in this build because I couldn't imagine using laundry a lot. But over here where I just put this door, I kind of actually think of it as kind of like a control center, like an area where maybe people like patrol the area. People in the Resistance are just kind of like making sure that everything's fine, like nobody's like sneaking into the area and stealing their stuff. I don't really know. But I just thought it was like really cute to make. And here I am just kind of like testing everything out. I was having problems getting my sim up the ladder because I stuck these little like window things in there. So here I am just kind of like testing that out. But yeah, I stuck a little laundry room in here. I stuck I removed that, what is that thing? Like, what is it called? I don't know. Anyway, the thing that I stick beside I moved that. But I thought that they would need, why can't I think of that name? Oh my gosh, I can't think of it. Anyways, I thought that they would need one of those. And yeah, so here I am in the bathroom. I talked earlier about how I wasn't sure if I should go with like a modern type bathroom or if I should go with something like a little more like rustic, because everything else in their build looks like it's been like reused. Like maybe they found these items and they put it together, and I was like, I think that's what we need to do with the bathroom. So I wanted to make everything look less like modern, so I ended up changing all of the bathrooms and going with something a little more like rustic, like something that they put together. They found these items and they just decided to make it work. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing right now. And then working on this little control panel room, I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted for this room. Like I said, I kind of imagined it being like a little lookout, but maybe it stores like some of their personal like information about the resistance, but most of that is found in the door through the rocks. So yeah, I just put like a computer in here. I put like, maybe I put some cameras on the outside. I put some screens like they're monitoring or patrolling the area. And I thought that's kind of what that looked like the little red dots on that screen are like the resistance people. And they just make sure that nobody's like snooping in their area or going through their stuff. And of course, they're really bad at it, because when I played through this, there were like no repercussions to my actions. I was like sneaking into everybody's stuff and like nobody was like stopping me or anything. So, but yeah, I just thought for gameplay wise, I just kind of like cluttered it up, and I used like a mix of like more modern stuff with more like rusted, like used stuff, and just kind of played around with this area. I had a lot of fun with it though, because I don't normally make things like this. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. And then moving back to the bathrooms, I just wanted to clutter them up a little bit, because they were big, but it's kind of hard to clutter items like this because there's not a lot of like cluttered type items that match this kind of decor. So I was just kind of going through and trying to figure out like, okay, what can I put here for like extra clutter? And so I put some shelves and some like boxes and stuff. Like there's really not much that you can add into the bathroom. So yeah, just a little bit of extra clutter. But anyways, we are coming close to the end of this video. I work on the outside a little bit and just kind of organize everything and kind of make it look a little cohesive. And then on the balcony that I put out here, I actually put a sabacc table so your Sims can gamble or what have you. But we are coming to the end of this video, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what you think. Let me know in the comments below. Did you build on the slot, and did you have issues saving the slot to your library or sharing it to the gallery? Let me know, and let me know what your thoughts about this build, and I will see you guys later. Bye!